Hey, what's going on, guys? Moving into here back with another video. So, I was actually asked, or at least it was suggested to me by one of the people who commented on the last video, that I should really make another video about the rarities in the set because, of course, they've all been revealed at this point. In fact, one sneak peek kit has already been opened on YouTube. The pulls were actually pretty horrendous. There was one Spellbook of Judgment, that was the only good Secret Rare pulled. No other good ones really. Pinpoint Guard, which surprisingly is a Secret Rare. I think it's actually really good, but I'm not sure if it deserves, Secret Rare status. Nevertheless, the polls weren't that great. I'm not going to leave the link in the description or anything like that because it's not my channel. I don't know the guys actually at all, so they obviously just got their hands on a sneak peek kit, so it's pretty good. So rather than go through the list of the individual rarities, I'm just going to kind of flick down through and comment on the significant ones and the significant changes. I'm actually really happy. Excuse me, really happy that the entire Battling Boxer archetype is common and or rare. The Lead-Blowed Bound Barbarian, I don't think that's his name anymore. He's going to be rare, which is pretty cool, I have to say. Madolcha Hoo Cake is going to be super rare. I've already seen one of those pulled in a pack actually on that video. Cardinal is a secret rare, as we know. Dragon Sack is a secret. Comet Cestus pointlessly is an ultra rare, and Star Cestus is a super rare, so that is pretty cool as well. We also have obviously the 4 elemental dragons, each of which will be rare, and most of which I've already seen being pulled from a pack. Torrential Reborn is going to be a secret rare, which I found quite interesting. I actually made a video about it a while ago, talking about how it is particularly useful in the water decks and so forth. And it actually got me to thinking whether, if people are going to run Tidal in their decks, whether it would be more beneficial not to run Torrential Reborn and vice versa. Because Torrential Reborn is, very much focused on the graveyard. And I know you're discarding a lot of water monsters during the duel anyway, and you're probably going to have more than enough to banish for the cost of Tidal. Who, incidentally, you can pretty much keep bringing out again and again and again in that deck since you're not going to be banishing him. I still think Torrential Reborn is for those decks where you pretty much have a full grave all the time, and you're not necessarily overextending, but putting a lot of monsters on the board that don't have any specific summoning conditions, whereby they can be brought back immediately upon their destruction. So I very much look forward to using that card and absolutely trolling people with it, because what is worse than running into a Mirror Force and then being like, oh, wait a minute, I'll inflict 2,500 damage to you, bring back all 5 of my monsters, and then proceed to kill you. So yeah, very much look forward to that, as I said. Pinpoint Guard as well is going to be a secret rare, which is very, very cool, I have to say. As I said, I don't think the card is too amazing after testing it for a while. I did make a video kind of hailing it as such an amazing card. But after using it in a variety of decks, I thought it would work really well in Elemental Heroes, for example. I actually tried it in the deck and it turned out not to be the case. So we'll have to see. I'm going to be making a couple of videos soon regarding the upcoming format, what decks people are going to be playing, perhaps a video regarding the top 5 decks of the format, and a little sneak preview. They're probably going to be Elemental Dragons, Mermails, Evil Swarms, and believe it or not, I'm actually putting Constellars up there because I really, really like Constellars. I think they actually have a really good matchup against Elemental Dragons, and that is why I particularly like them. They also have a really good matchup against Evil Swarms, and with a lot of people using both of those decks, I can definitely see Constellars being a threat because of their access to rank 5 XYZs. So, and of course, as you see down here at the bottom, the baby dragons. No, it is not Pebbles. I swear to God, if reacted, it's called Reacted Dragon Ruler of Pebbles, I am actually just going to hit somebody. Dragon Ruler of Droplets, Sparks, and Drafts. You know what, it actually makes sense if the babies, they rule baby versions of what the larger dragons rule. Pebbles. So then if you ever actually normal summon them, you can just be like, summon Pebbles, attack with Pebbles. It's like something you name one of your pets. Anyway, number 69, they call it an Heraldry Crest. That is cool. That is cool, I have to say. Only a rare, which is actually quite nice. And I definitely expect people to be running in their extra decks, particularly if they're using a deck that isn't exactly top tier, and they want to be able to handle the XYZs that the opponent's monster brings out, or the opponent brings out, by copying their effects, negating their effects, and so on. I've already mentioned Big Eye in a previous video. Using that effect is actually pretty trolly, because you can take the Big Eye itself, and then you can use the Big Eye's effect to take another monster. So, kind of cool. Explosion of the Five Brothers, an effect which previously was unknown when I actually made this video, and the effect was there a couple of days ago, but now it appears to be gone. So I don't know what to say about that. So I'm just going to open the floor to, you know, like asking your opinion, basically, what you think of this set in general. The rarity list released by Vexicus 4666 is more comprehensive in that it has lists of each card in their individual rarity categories. So if you want to check that out, Vexicus' channel is, you know, freely available on YouTube. You know, everyone knows about it. But other than that, I think it's a good set. I like what they've done with the dragons. My theory behind it is this: it's that they're making the dragons rare, but they're making the XYZs and all the other support cards at least super and or secret rare, because they want people to fork out money for those, because they know for a fact that they're eventually going to be reprinting the likes of Karkardi, Big Eye, probably even Dragosack, the elemental dragons as we've seen from the tin. A little bit pointless other than for the rarity bump, so people can hollow out their decks. But that probably is still going to push up sales of the tins. And so for that reason, they made the dragons easily attainable, because the dragons aren't the problem, it's the babies that are the problem. The babies are common, but the thing is, the dragons are splashable in so many different types of decks. So making Dragosack secret rare was the logical move, but making the dragons rare was equally as logical for reasons I've stated. You know, you can put Redox in Karakuris, for example, and it can be extremely effective. You can put Tidal in Mermails. You can put Blaster in Lavals. And you can put Tempest in Dragoons, amongst other decks that revolve around wind monsters. You know, you'll see Tempest coming up in the Harvey decks as well. Like Head Dragon, for example, is actually a dragon, but you only have to banish wind monsters, so it's good. But you'll see this kind of stuff coming up everywhere. Rise-Spell the Regulator is another card that you really have to look out for, because people might try and revive Psychics with this card because it is a target for emergency teleport, of course. Rise Bell, it's been called now the Star Register. Other than that, the set is fairly average. You have Tridon the Atlantean Emperor, the mini Atlantean Fellow. You also have the mini Runics. You have the Mermail Oceavis, which I probably might take in at 1. It's got some nice little combos with it, and the thing about it is, its effect is never really going to do the same thing depending on what you use with it. You also have the Mecha Phantom Beast archetype, which I don't believe will take off that strongly, no pun intended, because they're planes. Get it? I honestly think it's the XYZ that's the only decent card in the entire archetype. The next set will bring some joy to the players because they get the likes of Fluid Blaze and their Synchro Monster, who actually sucks, in fairness. But nevertheless, Harpies are a deck also that I might put in my top 5, because people think they're just a deck that searches a bunch of shit cards. You know, when it uses Hysteric Sign, or they discard it with Harpy Channeler and they special summon the dragon, they're like, oh my god, +3 in the end phase, or +2, or whatever. But they're always going to end up searching them like Cyber Harpy and Harpy Queen and whatever else, and they're all just beers. One of them is a searcher, like, big deal. So that's what most people like about this deck. But there's like Harpy Dancer is a card, and, you know, Lightning Chidori is a card, and you're very much able to bring those, you're very easily able to bring those cards out. And Hysteric Sign, or not Hysteric Sign, Hysteric Party is a card as well, and you can pretty much swarm the field so easily, go into multiple rank 7s or multiple rank 4s or whatever the hell you want to do. So there is something to be said in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! For just spamming the field and seeing what your opponent can do about it. I mean, you have 2 Torrential Tributes that punish overextension, but not a lot of decks in the top tier categories actually run a lot of back row anymore, particularly not Torrential Tributes. They'll mostly be running the minimum amount of back row available to them. The likes of Elemental Dragons, Mermails, and Prophecy don't really run a lot of back row, so you don't really need to worry about that, you know, the inherent negative consequences of spamming the field. You just need to do it and hope that you'll be able to plus off it whether or not the opponent has a response to it, or at least not minus. But anyways, that will do for this video. The sneak peek is coming up this weekend everywhere, I believe. I will be going to both my sneak peeks. There's one on UCD and there's one in the regular spot for locals in the Central Hotel in Dublin, Ireland, which is where I live. So I very much look forward to that. The entry is €20, so hopefully I'll get something cool for my packs. If there's anything you want, my subscribers, if there's anything you want me to look out for you guys, please let me know. But I will make you aware right now that I am building Eelsworms, at least finishing them off, and Stouters, Metal Dragons, the end of the Mermails, Oshibis, and the Lane. as well as Prophecy, in fact, is the only deck that I'm not building. So, and I've already told one of my friends that Spellbook with Judgment will be reserved for him. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave the video there. So thank you so much for watching. As always, be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. If there are any videos you want me to make, please let me know. Top 5 decks of the format coming soon. Keep an eye out for that. Catch you guys later.